Let's consider this scenario. After generating the check to vendor, let's say the vendor has lost the check and he wants to receive a new check from the company. In that case, we need to cancel the issued check in order to generate the new check. And if the check is released in the system, that means if encashment date is updated in the system, then we have to remove the encashment date before cancelling the check. Yes, what we have to do? We have to remove the encashment date which has been updated in the system so that we can cancel the check. In our case, we have already updated the encashment date for the check 001. So, to cancel the check 001, first what we have to do? We have to first remove the encashment date. Correct, right? First, we have to remove the encashment date. To remove the encashment date, what is the T code which we will be using here? It is FCHG. So what is the T code which we will be using to remove the encashment date? It is FCHG. And the menu path for this is from SAP Easy Access, go to Accounting, Financial Accounting, Accounts Payable, Environment, Check Information, and then click on this Delete and finally double click on this Reset Data. Okay, so when I use this T code FCHG or when I double click on the reset data using the menu path, we will get this screen. Yes, the system will navigate us to this screen. In this screen, we enter the details of the check for which we need to reset the check information. So guys, make the entries here like company code, house bank, account ID, and also the check number for which we need to cancel. So here, I'll just enter the check number as 001. And under the program control, please make sure that the reset caching data is selected. Yes, it is very important. Observe it. Under the program control, you have to make sure that the reset caching data is selected. Then you have to just click on this execute button. What you have to do? You have to just click on this execute button so that you will receive a pop-up window requesting further confirmation. Here, just click on this yes button. Once you click on this yes button, you will receive the message as data from one check was cancelled. I repeat, here we are removing the encashment date because the check cannot be cancelled if the encashment date is present. Got it? Now, if I now go to FCHN screen and refresh the screen, the encashment data has been reset and that is blank. So guys, did you got what the concept I was trying to tell you here? Got it? Great. So, the next step is cancelling the check. The SAP also provides us the ability to capture the reasons of cancellation of check, which can be used for the internal reporting purpose. So, we can define our own reasons for voiding the checks. So, how to define the reasons? So, to define the reasons of voiding of checks, we use the T code that is FCHV. So what is the menu path for this transaction code that is FCHV, where we can find it? So menu path is just like this. From SPRO, go to SAP Reference IMG, Financial Accounting, Accounts Receivables and Account Payable. Here select the business transactions and then outgoing payments. Here go to automatic outgoing payments and then select this payment media and you can select this check management and finally yes, you have to select this, that is define void reason codes. When you select this one, the system will take us to the new window wherein in this screen we can see the list of void reason codes maintained in the system. Correct, right? We are able to see the list of void reason codes maintained in the system. Now, let's create our own void reason codes. For that, what I'll do is, I'll just click on the new entries button and I will enter the reason as 21 and the reason code as check lost by vendor. Then reason 22, that is typo error. Okay, then the reason 22, which is typo error. Now what I'll do is, I'll just click on the save button. Yes, now I can use this void reason codes while cancelling the checks. So, how to void the checks? Is there any transaction code for that? Yes. To void the checks, we have the transaction code, that is FCH8, or else you can always take the menu part too. So what is the menu part for that? That is, from SAP Easy Access, go to Accounting, Financial Accounting, Accounts Payable, Environment, Check Information, Void, and finally, you have to double click on Cancel Payment. Once you double click on this Cancel Payment, you will be redirected to this screen. So, before cancelling, let me summarize what I have done till now. Till now, I have issued the check to the vendor against my outgoing payment document. Now, the vendor has come back to me asking for the new check as he has lost the old one. So, now I need to cancel the old check and regenerate a new check to the vendor. So, what I'm doing is, I'm cancelling the check in this screen. For that, I have to make certain entries. First is, enter the company code, house bank, account ID, check number, as well as add your void reason code here. So, I will add my void reason code as 21. Under this reversal data, what you have to do is, you have to enter the reversal reason. I'll be entering the reversal reason as 01, that is, reversal in current period. After that, I'll just click on this Cancel Payment button. As soon as I click on this Cancel Payment button, you will get a confirmation message here saying that the check has been cancelled and the reversal document has been updated. So what does it mean? This means the check has been cancelled. Along with the check, the outgoing payment document KZ will also be reversed. Guys, always remember that whenever you cancel the check in SAP system, along with the check, the original payment document will also be reversed. Now, if I open the T-code FVL1N and see the entries for the vendor Airtel, yes, if you observe, I can see an open line for the vendor for the amount of 10,000. Now what I'll do is, I'll just switch to check register screen, that is FCHN. Here, if I refresh the entries, that is come back and run the transaction again, here we can see that the check has been voided. It is actually mentioned under void reason code. Now, if you want to clear the open line for the vendor, you again need to create a new payment document, and against the payment document, you again need to issue the new check. Guys, I hope you now have a brief understanding of how checks are cancelled against the payment document. Now, there is one more scenario, that is, let's say after creating the payment document in SAP, assume that the accounting department has made a mistake while making the entry manually. The check has become unusable now. Yes, the check has become unusable now. So, this check number has to be cancelled in the SAP system even though it is not encashed or paid to the vendor. In such case, we directly void the unused check. What we do? We directly void the unused check. To void the unused checks, we use the T code, that is FCH3. Or else, you can always use the menu path too. So what is the menu path here? That is, from SAP Easy Access, go to Accounting, Financial Accounting, Accounts Payable, Environment, and then comes this Check Information, Void, and finally you have to double click on Unused Check. What do you have to do? You have to double click on this Unused Check. When you double click on this, the system will navigate us to the new window. Now, here, enter the details like company code, house bank, as well as the account ID. So, under the checks to be voided, you have to enter the check number that has to be voided. Here, I will enter the check number as 002. This check is actually unused and we are cancelling in SAP. For the void reason, what you have to do is you have to enter as 22, that means typo error, and then click on the void button. Then you will get the confirmation message saying that the check has been voided. Now, if I view it in the check register, that is using the T code FCHN, which is check register, that is to refresh, what I'll do is I'll just come back and execute the transaction code. See, I can see my new check number, that is 002, with the void reason as typo error ABCC. Since it is an unused check and not being paid to any vendor or customer, the payment document and the payment date is blank. But in the previous case, we could see that the payment date and the payment document were present. Clear with the concept? Yes. So guys, this completes our manual check creation process in SAP. Yes, this concept actually completes our manual check creation process in SAP. So guys, this is one of the important process in any business. Whenever you attend any interview, your 30% of your interview process will be based on these kinds of topics, wherein you will be asked to relate your real life activities to implementing in SAP system. So guys, just keep learning.